It's the most wonderful time of the year. There are costumes for wearing and children for scaring and okay, that's all I got. Um, so sorry. No, I'm not. Um, so I said that I would try to get a Halloween themed tag up before Halloween, and I'm cutting it really, really close. And I'm sorry about that, but just life and home ownership. Home ownership, when you have to cut down the dead tree in your yard that's hanging precariously over your neighbor's house. Yeah, might as well just set my whole wallet on fire. That well. Anyway, um, so I have a quick Halloween tag. I wrote one. It's kind of lame. There are only like 7 questions. Um, that's my cat clawing his scratcher. Good boy. Um, so I know not everyone celebrates Halloween, be it for cultural reasons, the place where you live just doesn't do Halloween, or religious reasons, or just maybe you just don't like Halloween. Maybe spooky stuff just isn't for you, and I respect all of that. Um, so if so, you're probably going to tune out of the tag, and that's cool. But before you go, if you click on the baby pumpkin, um, you can go to a recipe for delicious, creamy, luscious vegan pumpkin pie ice cream that if you have an ice cream maker, you can make in the comfort of your own home. So, with that, enjoy your ice cream, and I'll see you next time. Uh, for those of you who want to see the tag, let's just let's just get right into it. Um, okay. Uh, Question one is, how do you like your Halloween entertainment? Do you like it kind of cute and fun, like Hocus Pocus, The Nightmare Before Christmas, kind of Corpse Bride kind of thing, or do you like things like super scary and gory and like heads on posts and intestines hanging from trees, kind of like which do you prefer? I think both have their place, especially if you have small people in your life. Um, like I love Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't celebrate Christmas, but I really like uh, vintage Tim Burton. And yeah, I think Nightmare Before Christmas is just super fun. Like one of my favorite moments is when Lock, Shock, and Barrel accidentally bring the Easter Bunny instead of Santa Claus, and the zombie with the axe in his head just goes, "Bunny." Um, but I'm simple that way. On the other hand, I love, love, love me some good old fashioned scary shit. Um, I think my favorite thing, one of my favorite things um, about this time of year is how we can all kind of just suspend our disbeliefs. I mean, I don't believe in anything. You know, I don't believe in ghosties or ghoulies or monsters or past lives or next lives or whatever. I'm very much a here and like this is what you see is what you get. But I like to be able to kind of suspend that a little bit this time of year because being scared is fun. And, you know, what was that sound? Was it the cat? Was it that creepy werewolf thing from Neverending Story? Is it a ghost? What is it? It's delightful. I love that. I love that any time of the year, but especially now. So yeah, that's question one and my answer to it. Question number two: what is your favorite Halloween candy? Oh shit! I was gonna have a visual aid for this. but we ate them all. um, Favorite Halloween candy? Any candy. I like candy. Well, I don't like candy, but there are a few. Like, I love Airheads, which aren't really Halloween, but you can get them at Halloween. Um, I really like, before I was vegan, I really loved those little Reese's peanut butter cups that you could get, which any time of the year, but you can get them often in your Halloween basket, in your bag of Halloween, and in your bag of Halloween, in your bag of candy. And there is a company called Justin's that they first of all they make a wide variety of delicious nut butters like peanut butter and almond butter. They do a vegan Nutella, which is basically just like Nutella, only it's not as smooth. It's a little bit like a natural nut butter. It's not smooth like Jif or Skippy or Nutella. But anyway, it's Nutella without the milk. Um, and they do an almond butter, like their maple almond butter is so good. Anyway, they also make peanut butter cups. And if you don't like dark chocolate and you're not vegan, they do have a milk chocolate peanut butter cup. But they also have a dark chocolate peanut butter cup. And they started selling, and they're kind of pricey. They're like almost $5 a bag for those, those wrapped in foil individual little peanut butter cups. They sell those. And if you have the means or you feel like splurging, I highly recommend trying to track those down because it's great. I mean, obviously they're expensive, and obviously it's not health food. So it's a once in a while treat, but it takes me back. Um, so that's what comes to mind for me personally. Related to that, question number 3, candy corn. Love it or hate it? I hate it, personally. I think it tastes like death. It tastes like sadness. Um, but it's nice to meet people who love candy corn because I can say, hey, take my candy corn, please. Uh, Question 4, what's your favorite scary movie? Or not scary, Halloweenish movie. My hands down all-time favorite horror movie is John Carpenter's Halloween, the original one. Jamie Lee Curtis, Donald Pleasence. Hands down, my favorite horror movie. I watch it every year. Um, it's a classic. I think it's just really well done. I think Michael is a lot scarier. I mean, Rob Zombie's reboot, it was entertaining, but it didn't have the same. Michael wasn't as scary. He was just violent, and Rob Zombie kind of did the whole, like, well, let's take what we know about serial killers and give him a very disturbing backstory. It's like, that's not what makes Michael Myers scary. What makes Michael Myers scary is you've got a 5-year-old kid who one night just decides to knife his sister. You know, that's what's scary. And also, uh, the in Carpenter's version, just how Michael doesn't run. I don't think he runs in Rob Zombie's version either, but more it's more pronounced. Like he's technically chasing you, but he's just it's the slow, purposeful advance, and he's going to get you no matter how fast you run and know how many doors you close in front of him. Um, I didn't really mean for this video to be me doing dissertations in response to every question. I apologize. Anyway, that is my favorite movie. Um, there are some films that I'll watch once in a while. Like I watched Sleepy Hollow a couple of weeks ago, and that was really fun. It had been about 10 years since I last watched it, which I think was enough. Um, it didn't scare me, but it was entertaining. It was a romp. I'll probably not watch it next year, but once in a while, those things. Um, so anyway, that is uh, that is the scary movie thing. Question: Are we on five? Five now? Do you have a yearly Halloween tradition? Like giving out candy to trick or treaters, or excuse me, going to a haunted house, or watching a, a movie, or going to a costume party, etc. Um, Lately, since I became a mother, my tradition is taking the kid trick or treating, and after she goes to bed, watching Halloween, and if it's not too late, finding another random splatterfest and watching that. Um, I am cursed to always live places that are not easily accessible to trick or treaters. I would love to dress up every year and hand out candy. I would love nothing more than that. But since I grew up and left home, I have just never lived anywhere that either, I've lived some places that just don't have kids in the neighborhood, or don't live anywhere that's really accessible. Like my new house now, like we don't have a sidewalk on our side of the street. And it's totally valid to not bring your kids to the house that doesn't have a sidewalk. Um, so, I mean, I might stay home this year and see if there's anybody. We'll have the jack-o'-lantern out and the light on, but uh, according to the folks who used to live here, it's not. Our street is not very trick-or-treater heavy. So, sad face. But yeah, that's what I'd like to do. But what I normally do is just take the kid trick-or-treating and watch movies, eat popcorn, candy maybe. Okay. What is your favorite or most memorable Halloween costume? The the first one that I have a very clear memory of, I was 5 or 6, and my nana made me, like, it took her months. She made me a Daisy Duck costume. I can remember going to this fabric, I don't know if it was Joann's or some place, a fabric store that had patterns, and looking through Halloween patterns and saying, I want to be Daisy Duck. And she bought the pattern, she bought everything she needed, and she worked so hard. I hope she didn't throw that thing away. It's probably not. It's probably in her attic somewhere. But yeah, that is the most memorable one in terms of just how awesome I looked. I remember her dyeing a pair of pantyhose bright orange, and it was. I wish I had a photo to show you because it was great. Um, so, yeah, that is my most memorable Halloween costume. Um, yeah. Last question. Sorry, it's short. Recommend a Halloween themed cross stitch pattern. I tried to figure out how to tie in stitching into this, and that was the best I could do. And I'm sorry about that. Um, I don't have it with me. I'm sorry. Normally I have my visual aids, but today I'm just not with it. Um, I'm not a decorator. And I think my kid is trying to push me into more of the decorating thing, so we'll see. Maybe I'll become a decorator or someone who decorates for holidays. Um, so I'm not really interested in stitching a lot of Halloween themed or just holiday themed stitch patterns in general, because like where would I what would I do with them after they were done? But I would recommend Cross-Eyed Cricket's Master and the Macabre pattern. Coffee Stitcher is almost done with his. I have yet to start mine. What I like about it is that while it is spooky, it's also literary. So when I finish mine, it's going in my library or wherever we have most of our bookshelves when they're all totally unpacked. Um, so I like that because it's kind of dual purpose. You know, it's spooky, but it's also like I'm not going to feel weird having it up year round because it's a literary reference. That's me. I am curious to hear your answers though. So that's it. That's my tag. I'm sorry it's short. It's the first one I've ever done. Um, I still haven't done any crafty stuff lately. I'm trying to kickstart myself. Like, I haven't even done any knitting. Like, I knit one little swatch of, this is really beautiful, hand spun, not by me, someone else, alpaca. Um, but all I got was a swatch to check my gauge. Um, I have some things I need to do, but it's still just kind of up in the air. Anyway, so I'm going to try to kick myself in the butt and start doing something. Maybe a new start. Maybe. Will that help, do you think? Um, anyway, so have a happy Halloween. I hope it's everything you love about Halloween. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Yeah. Take care, everybody.